2 months ago, and ever since I've been trying to get my hands on them, everyone just gets like, oh, I can't help you, or they become like, I think I'm a cop. I'm like, that's weird. It's like some fucking, I have this thing. It's like somebody fucking knows I'm trying to get to them again, and it's just like, oh, he's trying to get them, right?
Wait, it's been 2 months?
Yeah, 2 fucking months.
Well, what was the last time you took any drugs?
Well, I do Kratom here and there. I do Kratom, but it's not that great, but it's okay, you know. Kratom's cool, you know. But if you didn't know, your brain can actually reuptake DMT. You ever heard of this? This is actually legit. You probably never learned this. I learned this 2 years ago, that every month, when the moon enters your solar sign, there's an oil in the brain, the cerebrum. You know, the top part of the brain they say we never use?
Yeah.
It produces a secretion, but it's actually alchemical gold, and it goes into your third eye, the pineal gland. It becomes electric, and then it goes into your pituitary gland, becomes magnetic. Then it goes down into your sacrum bone. But for 2.5 days, this oil starts coming up your spine, and every chakra it goes through, it opens it up more and more. And then by the time it goes into the brain in the second half day, it's in this organ called the hypothalamus. And the ancients called it the light of the world, because once it was there, you were good. You were in the clear, because when the third day it goes back in your brain, it's the process of oil coming back up. It reuptakes your DMT, and it makes it the more amount that you have. And it makes everything in the brain more potent.
Wait,
so
but what causes this?
This biologically occurs all the time. No, the sun and the moon. Right, so like, every horoscope, it happens differently of each month on a 3-day process. But people on that time of the month have to be abstinent completely. You can't use anything. You can't have sex. You can't eat too much. You have to like fast.
So does this have to do with like religion?
Why
Then?
haven't
It's not
I ever
religion.
had that?
It's not religion. The human being can naturally regenerate itself if one knows that, okay, this is the time of the month where my seed, they call it the internal seed. The internal seed is born, and then it goes down your spine and comes back up. And I've done this where when it comes back up in the third day, and if you've been in like the best of like behavior of that month, like because good energy actually saves it, helping others, but also keeping yourself healthy. If one can get that seed back into their brain, it gives you access to the capacity of the cerebrum. So it's the God brain becomes active. Now you know who you are, why you're here, what you're supposed to do, and then like everything just unfolds in front of you. And it's like if you took the limitless pill from the movie Limitless. Anyone ever see that movie?
Yeah, I know exactly.
That movie's fucking amazing, but you don't have to go crazy getting it back. And like, you know, if you don't get it, you're like, you know, like that's not gonna happen. But the seed, when it's saved, it allows you to also regenerate. The entire body has networks of nerves around it called the inner tree of life. We're not taught this. And then if the seed gets in there, it spills down the whole body and regenerates it, and it keeps you young. This is the way that the ancients lived for hundreds and hundreds of years, because, okay, this is time of the month, everybody just, you know, hold on to the egg. And they fucking saved it, and each month they would just go on and save it. And then not only did they stay young, but they get smarter, and they could build crazy things. And like they tap into universal language and then write it on a fucking wall.
Like the
now
pyramids.
Now it makes sense. You see where I'm getting at here? It's completely it's so easy to understand. It's just being able to take care of that seed on the 3 days. If you could stay away from everyone for 3 days and be like in a room meditating,
Take care of the seed.
that would be able to. But you'll notice on these days of the month, your ego is.
But this is only if you've taken it before, taken DMT before.
Well, now, this happens no matter what to everyone. You don't need anything to do it. There's no method to ascend the seed. If you think, oh, if I smoke DMT on these days, then it's going to happen, that's not how it works. It happens on its own, right? But yeah, you could use psychedelics and do whatever you want on the other part of the month. You know, and you might just clear some things off out of your schedule now because you want to save it more. You know, like drinking kills the seed. That's why bars are everywhere. Like the masses are being dumbed down. Fluoride in the toothpaste. You don't want to use fluoridated toothpaste. That's not good either. Or deodorant with aluminum. You want to use everything natural. Like if you look in your stuff now later, you're like, oh shit, it's in there. Like what the fuck? And it just goes to those glands and it clogs the glands from regenerating. It's fucking stupid. But if there's another thing you could do. It's called structuring water in the sun. You ever heard of sun water before?
No.
I do this every day. You put water in the sun with lemon juice because the sun rules over lemons. Like there's even